Well, good morning, my Taurians. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday. It's a new week. It's a new you. It's a new day because it's a new you. Or is it a new you because it's a new day? I don't know. I'm just here to read the cards. All right, Taurians. I am doing bonus reads again this weekend. Top 3 viewed highest signs. You guys know how it goes because you're always there. You're the king. Speaking of king, there you are. King of Pentacles standing on your throne. So top 3 viewed highest signs. I want to say thank you again. I hit 30,000, big number subscribers yesterday. And Taurus, you are a huge chunk of the reason why. Appreciate the heck out of you guys. I really, really do. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you're kind of, if you're new today to me, welcome. Hello. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. And if you feel my vibe, please feel free to like and subscribe. No, man, nothing's mandatory around this joint. Nothing. I have to take a quick drink, sorry. I just had a low-carb bagel, and it's like literally stuck in my throat. Could be worse things stuck in my throat, but that's a story for another day. All right, Taurians, let's see what's going on. We have Tarot of the Mystical Moments deck, General Energy, King of Pentacles, which is you, but what's below it? 5 of Swords, ooh, and the Queen of Wands and the 10 of Cups. You know what this actually feels like? Avoiding. I don't know why, because the 5 of Swords, maybe you're telling some small white lies so you can just concentrate on what you really want to be doing over here. You know, you could be in a good relationship and maybe this is avoiding friends, or this could be you just wanting to focus in one area of your life and kind of like, well, I have to take my cat to, get the nails done. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, let's go over here. 6 of Wands is the bottom of the clarifying deck. It's the black and gold deck. What's below it? Ooh, the Knight of Wands and the Devil. There's your avoiding. I actually think it could be avoiding toxic people and toxic friends or not wanting to get into toxic things. But I'll tell you, when you put the Devil energy with this is actually what I think. I don't even think this is a bad thing. 6 of Wands and the Knight of Wands. There is something you're going after. I think some of you went from, like going into like New Year's resolutions. I mean, we're only in February, but New Year's resolutions is like a wish list. Okay. So it's a wish list, what things I want to do. And most people fall off because they're not really dedicated into getting it. If it doesn't happen, but what this is a vision. We're not in New Year resolution. This is a vision of what you want this year to look like. Now that's something else. New Year's resolution is wishing on something, but there's no drive for it. It's just, if it happens, it happens. There's motivation behind this. There is momentum behind this. This is a push. New Year's resolutions is a pull, trying to pull something towards you. This is pushing to say, no, wherever I'm going, I'm burning any exit of being able to leave. I have to make this succeed. That's what this is, Devil energy. For some of you, because you have been stuck maybe from a relationship or in life or disconnected from yourself for way too long. So I really think some of you are just avoiding things, people, situations that can put you back in this energy, because you know how hard it is once you lose momentum to get that, to gain that again. All right, that is a very long intro. I apologize. So this could be more of that story, or that could be a tiny little message and confirmation for somebody out there that you're on the right track. You are on the right track. Lots of success and money coming your way. If that little thing resonates and you guys are starting something new and you're just gaining momentum, you're on the right track. Okay, general energy for my Taurians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you are a Taurus, know a Taurus. Feel like being a Taurus. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. It's like sometimes you feel like a Taurus. No, that just means that you could be a Taurus watching and it'll be your story. You could be a Virgo watching and dealing with a Taurus. It could still be your story. That's why cross-watching is very, very hard. Because the people who are trying to see, if you're trying to see what a Taurus is thinking, but they're kind of like not really woke to this, they're not going to be the main event. They're going to be the people the story's about. And you're the main event. That's why it's confusing. All right, general energy for my Taurians. General energy for my Taurians. General energy for my Taurians. Oh, sorry. General energy for my Taurians. General energy for my Taurians. Ace of Swords. Got the key to your own happiness. Look at the stars all over him. Isn't that a fantastic card? I would love to have this as a painting. But he's got the key to knowledge, to success, to happiness. But you know what? He's the one holding it. You're holding it. You're not putting all your eggs in a basket that you didn't buy or you don't know where they came from. You created this. This is within you. So nobody can come and take this away. Very powerful. What's influencing the Ace of Swords? And if you, for that to be the first card out, being an Ace of Swords upright is a yes. So if some of you are like, was that before that little message, my story? Yes. Is this for me? Yes. Could this be? Yes. See how that works? It's a yes. So if you do have a question, it's a yes. That means yes in tarot. Out of 78 cards, the Ace of Swords upright is the yes card. Okay, what is influencing the Ace of Swords upright? What is influencing the Ace of Swords upright? There it is. Oh, you guys know I love my flippers. Let's flip it. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles reverse. It's time to focus on yourself. This is all about you, Taurus. Capricorn energy. This is, I like this when it comes to goals. This is you, not that you don't care about anybody else, but you've given away enough of yourself to other people that they should be okay for now. But this is a need to focus on your dreams, your goals, your money, because you know what started as a wish that turned into like a manifestation, that turned into a vision, is turning into a reality. And you don't want to lose that momentum. You want to see it through. So I do feel like some of you are kind of isolating yourself over here, King of Swords and Hermit, pulling yourself away, because once again, these stars that are on him are becoming clearer and more within reach with every passing day. And it's going to be life-changing. Look at that, Emperor and an Empress. So this is where you want true love. This is where you want your soulmate. They both kind of attract each other because they're like energies. Both of them probably own companies. Both of them are both CEOs. Both of them are managers. Neither of them need each other to survive. They only choose to have each other because they just want them there. You know, they complement their life. They add to their life. And that is what you want. Okay, what is the reason for the reading, Taurus? What is the reason for the reading? What is the reason for the reading? Sorry. Felt the need to do that. What is the reason for the reading, my Taurians? Knight of Swords. It's Starship, you know, from Mannequin. Nothing's going to stop me now. You know that song? There you are. Knight of Swords. Light as a feather, because you're really, you know what you want. Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. Yeah. You, for maybe the first time in your life, you know what you want and nothing's going to stop you from getting it. What's in the past? What's in the past, Taurus? What's in the past? What's in the past? What's in the past? Page of Pentacles reversed and the King of Swords. It's funny because we had the female King of Swords. There's the male King of Swords. 8 of Pentacles and the Empress. My gosh, you guys are in a good energy. Look at that one, the Emperor again. There it is. Emperor, 8 of Pentacles. And this is what you're leaving behind. Probably putting your wall between yourself and people who try to hold you down. People who don't build you up. People who are just negative. And you're just like, I had to find people that are wanting to build me up rather than knock me down. You know, as you know, Taurus, it's easier to build people up. It's easier to knock them down than build them up. You can knock anything down within seconds, but to build it up can take years. It's effort. It's an investment. And a lot of people can't get off themselves long enough to invest in other people like that. So this King of Swords and Page of Pentacles, I honestly think you got a bird's eye view on what was holding you back in the past. Keeping you from growing, keeping you from having your best life. And this is kind of what I was saying, not putting your eggs all in one basket. With this Ace of Swords, it's the only thing you're investing in is you. Because if you don't do it, Taurus, for yourself, nobody else will. So I really think this is getting clarity on what has held you back and putting that focus now into yourself. Your life is not to make other people's lives happy and easier, especially if it's at the expense of you growing and becoming who you were always meant to be. Okay, what is on Taurian's mind? What is on Taurian's mind? What is on Taurus's mind? What is on Taurus's mind? What is That is a lot, but 6 of Swords, I'll take it. Away from the 5 of Pentacles. High Priestess reverse. No longer hiding yourself because, damn, you're a King of Swords. There's your female. Seen her twice, and now we have the male. Both kings. Not queens, kings. Yeah, this is amazing. What's on your mind is determination, tenacity. Nothing is going to hold me back. Now that I've hit this now that I've hit this peak, or now that I see the peak, I don't want to slide backwards. I don't want to slide back down that hill. And you know, you're a Taurus who's lived long enough to realize that it's so easy to slide backwards. So you don't want to give yourself space or opportunity for to make that happen. Six of Swords is riding whatever the disappointment in life happens. If it was your recent past or if it has been your entire life, Taurus, you're taking that as momentum, as fuel. The gas that got her there to that new island and she's dropping anchor is the fuel of past misery and pain and neglect. She's taken all of that, all those people who said, no, you can't do it. She's taking all that negativity as fuel. That's what she's running on these days. And one by one, proving them wrong. See how she's focused on the star above her? You have so many stars all over you. This is a Taurus who is actually destined for this, but you weren't destined to get this at 18 years old. You were destined to go through a lot of life lessons because once you have it, you will never lose it. And that is, things like this are only given to those who can appreciate it. And there's your stars all over you. She plucked them from the sky and sewn them on her because you're never going to lose your way again. Because this was a Taurus who didn't have enough. This is a Taurus who may have grown up to say, don't touch anything because we can't afford to replace it. Don't sit on the couch. We need to put plastic. And some of you didn't even have a couch at all. Some of you could have shared bedrooms with multiple people. It was a card. It's been a card of, it's a card that meaning that you have lived in scarcity for a good portion of your life. You have to always think about the bills you have to pay and always put yourself last. And you always felt outside in your situation or in your family even, or at work or in life, waiting for your time to go in. And the more you waited, what you realized is nobody was going to come and whisk you away. Life is not a fairy tale. You have to do it. You have to stand up and be clear on what you want and go after it. And now that we got this, we have cards, clarity, 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 clarity. And even clarity. Aquarius here. Taking that clarity, and nothing is going to stop this Taurus from achieving this. If this is about a move, if this is graduating after you could be an adult going back for your degree. I mean, this is a lot of different things for different people. But one thing I can tell you, this is a story about tenacity and never giving up on yourself, because you've had to do without, but you never truly let that dream go. But it got to the point where you realize I could stay for the rest of my life in this energy if I don't do something about it. So I'm no longer going to hide myself. You've been hiding yourself, keeping these emotions down for the sake of other people. Now you're revealing. What you're revealing is who you really are and what you really can do. It's like Superman finally taking off those stupid glasses. Clark Kent taking off those glasses and be like, oh my God, that was Superman this entire time. Those glasses really fooled me. This is you, Clark Kent, taking off those glasses and revealing your superpower with underneath that you've been hiding for a very long time. Okay, what is the near future for my Taurians? What is the near future for my Taurians? Near future. What is the near future? Near future, near future. Near future, near future. Moon reverse, another card of being revealed. I was thinking of this when I said that with the High Priestess reverse. Seven of Wands is a card of being in demand. This is your karmic right. The Chariot, look at these cards. Ace of Pentacles. Can you guys see it? Am I completely cutting you off here? Chariot, Justice, Seven of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, because this has been your life. Stuck in disappointment and having to negotiate with yourself. You'll be like, God, this life sucks, but I'm going to go eat a donut. I deserve a donut. You deserve a donut if that's you. You know, this is kind of like, this is where people fall into horrible coping mechanisms. If it's drinking and drugs and eating and sleeping around, it's because the one thing that they really want, they're not allowing themselves permission to be, which is who you are and who you are always meant to be. So this is a Taurus saying, you know what? I've let all the wrong people in and they've done nothing but hold me back. Hierophant reverse. And kept me from this Page of Swords. Page of Swords, see how you've always held this wish fulfillment? I just don't think you really talked about it. Same thing with this, Five of Pentacles, your card. You kept it so far down that you almost forgot about it yourself. And the Seven of Wands is a card of being in demand, but it's also protecting and defending. I mean, are these bars keeping you back, or are these bars keeping the people at bay? I think these bars, the safety net you've relied on for so many years has kept you back. But soon these bars are going to keep people out. Or maybe they are now, so you can focus on this. Because this is about people wanting your attention. Plus, he's got see his mustache? I mean, isn't that fantastic? I actually just saw somebody this morning with a mustache like that. And I'm wondering which lady did they just tie to a train track somewhere. I mean, seriously, look at that mustache. Anyway, there's your card, Ace of Pentacles. This is all about you. Do you see other people sitting with her? No, this is about your dream. And some of you might be keeping this private for now and not really wanting to share it. One thing's for sure, you're now illuminated with this Ace of Swords. There's so much clarity going on in this reading. Your readings are usually about money. No, nothing wrong. I love it. But it's usually about being focused and determined. Yeah, I love this. So, yeah, so this is what's clear and what you're going after. All right, let's clarify. Let's clarify the more clear. Can we get it more clear? I don't know. 7 of Wands and Devil reverse. Like I said, those bars are keeping this out. You dropped something recently. It could even be your own addictions for some people. And you are just not wanting anything, no matter how much you care for these people, to take you off your horse now that you finally get back on it again. I know. I feel so connected to this deck, even though it's not super great for video because of all the lights. And I have to do what I'm connected to. There's probably lots of decks that are camera friendly, but if you're not connected, you don't get that story. Yeah, I won't get that feel on it, that hit, which I feel like you guys would rather. Most of you know what a 6 of Wands looks like. I just show it to you just so you see that it is that card. But I think you'd rather hear the messages. Okay, what is this Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse? Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse for my Taurians. Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Oh my gosh, we have the Queen of Wands reverse and the Justice reverse. This is caring about what people think for a little bit too long. And some of you, it's disloyal energies. If this is within yourself, a Queen of Wands reverse is a bit of a wallflower because she doesn't have the self-confidence to put herself out there because she's been relying on other people's opinions for way too long. If it's somebody else in a relationship, maybe somebody was disloyal to you, even cheated on you. And Justice reverse is maybe at the simplest form of the card is cutting it out, Libran energy. Cutting it out. But every card is a spectrum. Every card has the least meaning to the most meaning. Not every card. It's not none of these tarot cards is a one size fit all. You can't look at a Queen of Wands reverse and say, oh, that's a cheater. No. Every card is so much richer than somebody being a cheater. This is a wallflower. This is somebody who's been held back. This is somebody who had a lot to give in life and they just settled for not fighting anymore because when they tried to fight, they were pushed down. So they quit trying to get up. The Justice reverse is there has been a serious imbalance in your life because maybe you just thought somebody was just gonna see you being unbalanced, see you unhappy and say, oh, Taurus, we need to let me help you up. And it never happened. And leaving 4 of Wands reverse behind. Fours in tarot are all about security. If you look at the Hangman, which is Pisces major arcana, the Hangman usually makes, all cards, he makes a number 4 with his legs, which represents security. And so he needs to pull himself away to find where his security is. It's getting perspective of where he wasn't feeling secure or nurtured. So 4 of Wands reverse, once again, that's why they put a house on there, because the safest place you should be able to go to is your home. But for this Taurus I'm speaking to, is your home with the Queen of Wands reverse was the least of it. Some of you didn't even want to go home. And you probably had to end it. That's just the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry. I can really get lost here, Taurus, as you guys know if you watch me. All right, Ace of Swords, Queen of Pentacles reverse for my Taurians. Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse for my Taurians. Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Ace of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And the 9 of Swords. And some of you, this Queen, what's influencing the Ace of Swords, knowing the truth, is maybe you're recently dropping a Queen of Pentacles reverse who, it was just so stressful in your life. Somebody who was all about themselves. Again, like I said, if tarot is, everything in tarot is a spectrum, like a rainbow. And we could be on this side of the spectrum or we could be on this side of the spectrum. On this side of the spectrum, if this is somebody else, this is somebody who spent a lot of money, who couldn't make the money, but they spent your money. This is somebody who could have even slept around. This is somebody who could have mental issues and suffered from anxiety and depression because the rabbits are on the top of the card, which means they're not in control of their emotions. They might have bad impulse controls. And this is a card of anxiety, Nine of Swords, Gemini energy. But it's also your card here because this person gave you anxiety. And now what's influencing the Ace of Swords is you knowing the truth about this person. What was revealed to you is that you were dealing with somebody you never could trust. And maybe you feel like you even wasted your time. But that is for the relationship people, because it is here. It's definitely here. But I don't want to focus on past. I would rather focus on you having your happiness and your balance back. Two of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. Because I really feel like this is the story, not the past. This feels like past. What is influenced this whole read? And what you're getting away from with the Knight of Swords. But this is really, this is the plot of the story, is how a Taurus lived happily ever after. Because they picked themselves up when nobody else would. Okay, let's get, and you could be 57 watching this, you could be 63. Some of you are young. I mean, that's a fan. The young ones have such a benefit because you know how the youth is wasted on the young. You have to realize what you no longer have to know how much you're going to miss it. And so for you young ones, the best advice I could ever give you is listen to other people's stories. Really listen to them, because they will, by you listening to their life lessons and you avoiding it, you already are way ahead of the game. Way ahead of the game. That's when you hear people and you're so in love at 18 and say, I've lived enough, I'm going to get married. And they're like, you're going to regret it. And you think people are just trying to hold you back, but they're trying to prevent you from walking in their footsteps. Okay, what is this Knight of Swords? God, I'm getting preachy today, Taurus. What is this Knight of Swords? The reason for the reading. Geminian energy. There it is. We got our flipper in the middle, somewhere buried. Six of Wands. There you are again, Leo energy. I swear it's just Leo trying to get into your read because I'm going to do them next. I actually wasn't sure to do them or you. And Leo's just like, see, okay, is it my turn? Taurus, shut up. It's my turn. You know Leos. Anyway, there you are. Knight of Swords is Six of Wands. Going for that success. Nothing is going to stop you from this. You've been stopped and held back for long enough. That's what I'm feeling. What's this King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles reverse? And the Page of Pentacles reverse can feel so stuck in life and boxed in and held back by people or by a job. Let's say you've been in a job for 20 years that there's no more happiness in it or a relationship, but now we're in a sunk cost kind of state where we have to be in there because we've been there for 20 years, so we might as well just stick with it. Because the worst thing, remember, where was it? The Queen of Wands reverse. I think I put her back. But a Queen of Wands reverse in that situation would be like, well, I don't want people to think I don't want people to think I'm a quitter, even though I can't stand this relationship anymore. But I just don't want my parents, I don't want my neighbors, I don't want my second grade teacher to think I'm a quitter. So I'm just going to stay in more unhappiness for 20 more years. That's because it's a sunk cost. We put a value on the time spent, not on our happiness or the memories we're going to make. We all have it in our lives. We always negotiate with ourselves, and that's when we have our coping mechanisms. Because what we need to change, we feel like we can't change. We feel like we're already boxed into a standard. We're boxed into a role we play, a role that other people gave us. And you stop and look and say, at what point did I define myself as saying I can never be a size 6, or I never could be in my fighting weight? I never could climb a mountain. I'm too afraid of heights to go on an airplane. I can't be successful. I grew up with nothing. At what point did we settle for a story and create a standard that we feel like we can't break? That's something to really reflect here, because this is somebody saying, you know what, I'm changing the story. I'm obliterating those standards, and I'm just creating as I go. But what I do know is this is what I want. 6 and 7 of Wands. Some of you want to create a name for yourself, where you hear there's certain names like a Rockefeller. I'm not saying all of you are going to be like gazillion years, but you know what I mean? There are names that you just recognize. You just know those names. And you're like, at what point, at what generational point did somebody become nothing and have that name? So what you want to do is become generationally influenced, or you want to be the influencer in your family. You want to create a name. So I'm trying to think, you know, like let's just say Kennedys, okay? For us in North America, most people who are from North America know what the name, sorry, that's Harry the Capricorn. Most people from North America know the name Kennedy. They think of John F. Kennedy. They think of Jackie Kennedy. And the older ones would even know Scumbag Joe Kennedy. Sorry, you know the dad. Scumbag Joe. I read a lot about him. But at one point, was it not the name? It was an immigrant that came here and worked his ass off to have everybody else be able to attach themselves to that name. You know, it's like the benefit of that name. So I'm sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. This is what I'm feeling here. Your name has no attachment, but you damn well want to make it. You want your grandkids and people to know who you are and know who they are. That's what this story is about, okay? What is this King of Swords? You want to be famous, not infamous, but famous. You might have that in your family, the infamous people. It's a negative attachment to a name. Okay, what is the King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles reverse? This is being boxed into a certain role in life. What is this? What is this? Four Pentacles and the Hermit, trying to understand why you've been holding on to something that's only a Four of Pentacles. At best, it's a Five of Pentacles. And that's worse, right? Now we're really holding on to something at a Five of Pentacles where we're so unhappy, but we're holding on to that unhappiness, damn it, because, well, we don't want people to think we're a quitter. I'm too worried about what people think. In reality, you could have a Ten of Pentacles. Then you're going to want to know what people, you want to know what they think, because they're going to be like, damn, how did George down the street, who's been living in a can, end up with that house? Well, now you have a story to tell. So what the Hermit here is you pulling yourself away and focusing on that star that's in his lantern that you've been keeping it. You've been keeping it so private back here, and you've been keeping it part of you. Now we're releasing it with the High Priestess reverse and the Moon reverse. Now you don't care who knows. This is you holding on to something that hasn't been bringing you a whole lot of happiness. And it's been a burden. 10 of Wands and Ace of Pentacles reverse. Not doing what you want to do in life. All right. Let's get going. My God, I'm so preachy. You're like, Stacy, this is supposed to be a tarot reading. If I wanted to be lectured, I'd go home. All right. What is this? King of Swords, High Priestess reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords on Taurian's mind. The King of Swords, the High Priestess reverse, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords on Taurus's mind. What is it? King of Swords. There's the card. There's more. There's two. Knight of Pentacles and Two of Cups reverse. Starting over after so long. Two of Cups reverse could be, like I said, it's a spectrum, right? Could be a long-term relationship. It could be a short-term relationship. It could be something you wanted that you didn't get, but now we realize you're never going to have. And one day you're going to realize why you didn't have it is because you deserve so much more, okay? There's that story definitely I feel in this card. Knight of Pentacles is saying no matter where you're coming from, where you're going is going, it takes time to get to the Ten of Pentacles, right? It takes time to build what you're trying to build. But this is a Taurus who is patient. The Knight is trying to be the king. Every suit, the Knights are trying to be the king. They're exploring, they're laying the groundwork. The Knight of Swords is trying to be the King of Swords, right? It's on here. We have the Knight and we have the King. The Knight down here, and the Knight is crazy energy, the Knight of Swords. But then one day with these two King of Swords, we're focused, we're calmer, we're clear. The Knight is the young, kind of immature, I want it now, I don't know which way, I'm just going to go throw everything at the wall and see if it sticks. Same thing, Knight of Pentacles is a very thoughtful, careful, laying the groundwork. I don't want to slide backwards. So I want to make sure I'm doing everything the right way. So for doing that, it's a very, I feel personally, intuitively, what I feel in this card, it's a very isolating. Because in the Pentacles, we have the Hermit, which we've already seen. It's a very isolating and thoughtful card, but it is slow because he wants to do it right. Because he knows the best way to get to a King of Pentacles is keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Just like a shark, if it stops, it drowns. If you stop, you don't want to ever go back to this Five of Pentacles again. You're going to keep moving forward until you hit that King of Pentacles. Because Taurus, we know you end up at King of Pentacles, but this is your story of how it begins. And you have to leave a poverty kind of mindset behind, Two of Cups reverse, because it's been disconnecting you from who you really are long enough. And some of you, this is about leaving a relationship behind that was adding to that. Because now we have a Knight of Wands here. Like I said, the Knight is trying to be the Kings, right? It's transformational. But you are going to take, like I said, with the fuel of the past and the disappointments as her fuel. Same thing with the Knight, 3 of Swords reversed. You're never going to forget who put what sword into you. But it is going to be momentum to drive you to prove them wrong. Sometimes that's really what you need to break through a very stuck cycle. World reverse that could have lasted for 32 years, you know. What is this moon reverse in the near future? The moon reverse in the near future, Piscean energy. Moon reverse. And moon reverse is clearing the playing field so you can finally focus on what needs to be done. 6 of Pentacles, so you can be who you are. This is equal reciprocity, but this is paying yourself first. Way back in the beginning of this story, I said that you put yourself last. Now we're putting ourselves first. And because you can put yourself first, because you're focused on your dreams, because you're focused on that legacy, because you're focused on that 10 of Pentacles, you can now help your family out. This is you passing down your name. This is probably the first time I've ever seen this card not be a breadcrumber. It's actually, I'm like getting a new vision on this card. Thank God. It's just supposed to be a positive card, but geez, the images they put on the 6 of Pentacles is not good. But the 6 of Pentacles is you saying, I have earned this to last 6 generations beyond. But each generation needs to do their part. It's a bank account, you know. You have, this is you putting into the bank account. If you have generations taking and taking and taking, at some point it's going to be zero. So it's not just about putting money in, but it's putting knowledge, it's putting a story in. And each generation has to do their part to keep that up and add to it. And I feel like this is a generational legacy. I mean, I don't know whose story this is, but this is becoming a bigger story than 1 week. 6 of Pentacles and moon reverse. You know now what you want. You want to be known. You want to be respected, but you want to be proud of yourself at the end of the day. 6 of Pentacles and the moon reverse, near future. What is that? 6 of Pentacles and the moon reverse in the near future. 6 of Pentacles and the world. There we are. We broke through that stuck energy. And it's a new day. It's a new you. It's a new way for Taurus. Because Taurus at the bottom of the deck is dumping the bitchy fake energies, but you're focused on your star now. You're focused on wish fulfillment in this world. And here's the hangman making the number 4 with his legs. Because what you're building, Taurus, is never going to be knocked down like this. 4 of Wands reverse. This could be blown down. Remember like the 3 little piggies? You're building a foundation that can't easily be knocked down by swayed by other people's opinions, or if the market would change tomorrow, you're diversifying your life. That's the best way I can say it. You're diversifying your life. You're not worried about making one income. It's multiple streams of income that really provide generational wealth. If you look at everybody who's wealthy, it wasn't one thing. It's just not one thing. It isn't. They kind of invest in multiple things. If it's real estate and the market and in people's businesses or in restaurants, it's usually multiple streams. They got a piece of the puzzle in. Because if one goes down, there's 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 that's going to keep them up. That's the secret here. Don't invest in everything into one thing, because tomorrow could be gone and then you're back here. And this is a Taurus that's covering all their bases. All right, Taurus, I'm sorry this was such a big read. It was. But if you're a Leo, stay tuned for Leo, because that's where the debauchery is. It always is. That adds the flair. It's the Jerry Springer of my tarot deck, of my tarot table. But okay. All right, Taurians, thank you very much. I hope you have a great week. You may or may not see you this weekend, but if not, you can't get rid of me that easily. I'll see you next week. Take care.